somebody. I'm just saying, like he got
I
that.
mean,
He got that glow. He got that Bruce Leroy glow
well,
at that moment.
I am
He might as well let that
somebody.
shit shine. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I was too busy helping Gigi Dolan on stage because she literally wandered through the crowd toward the end,
Match
and
one, Gigi.
when everybody was on stage and she just came barreling through the crowd, and I was like, oh shit! And she tried to hop the barrel, and they helped her. She fell back, and me and my lovely lady
Got a
gave her
handful?
a helping hand back up there. So it was great. Good job, us.
Good job, Big
But
Ari.
but yeah, other than that though, I agree with you. I should have said that. Like, man, I hate your heel work, which is fantastic.
You've been
So
doing
you're
your
doing a
job.
good job. But I was like, I should have asked him or picked his brain. Like, just a quick question. Like, I just want to ask you something about your character. Da, da, da. That probably would have worked. It probably been an interesting conversation. I've had him before. But yeah, maybe one day we'll see in LA if he's still doing the same thing. I think he's going to come up with some new stuff. Like Randy Orton had some time to when he got hurt originally when he was getting pushed like Austin Theory and he separated his shoulder. Then he had a lot of time just cutting vignettes, trying things. I think Grayson Waller has that ability, and I think he's going to be one of those guys that we end up liking. But it's just going to take time for, like you said, for him to get there. So. Shout out to him. LA Knight definitely like fucking suplexed Gunta. It was fantastic. And yeah, running right into 2.0 this week. Gunta got squashed by Braun Breaker. So
And Fabian
there's
Eichner
that.
walked out of Imperium.
Yeah.
The
Imperium
Imperium's in
imploded.
shambles.
You missed it. Imperium imploded. That was your
All
tag.
right.
That's your
Come
New
on,
York
guys.
Times
I'm a
headliner right
professional.
there.
Well played.
I'm a
Well
professional.
played.
Imperium implosion.
Well played. And also, it looks like Imperium might be getting called up. Gunther
Without
finally lost
Gunta?
all the weight that
Oh, he
Vince
looks
wanted him
great.
to.
I said that.
Yeah.
I was like, he got like mini abs. Okay, Gunta.
Yeah.
Gunta.
Guy,
Gunta.
man.
Yeah.
So
Did he get bullied by
Speed
NBA
wrestling.
Twitter too?
no, he got bullied by Vince McMahon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vince
That's
He
gets
much
was
more
he was the
effective.
first person to get eliminated
Same
in that
thing.
Survivor Series. That was a message.
him
Like,
and
hey,
Butch.
lose some weight and B, get your ass over to America.
Yeah. No, Vince just started talking to him, and Vince only holds meetings either in his office or in the gym. And when you see a 78-year-old man fucking squatting 1,000 pounds, you just get mad. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
That
Pat
make no
McAfee
sense.
seen him was like, all right, I got to get these arms ready because you see when he took off, he had a little shred going on. I was like, all right, Pat. It's just when you having a conversation with Vince, he's a body guy. He
Yes.
himself has
Through and
become a
through.
body guy. At 78,000 years old, he's a vampire. At this point, he's drinking like all the stem cells, all just the baby fetuses, just cracking them open like Steve Weiser's. Toddler skulls. He's just drinking all the life force out of them to stay alive and doing his workouts. So again, I think Gunther was on that step process, and he's now on his way. He looks so much better. Like, he looks phenomenal. I'm really proud of that work that he's put in. I wonder if Imperium just all goes up or if they kind of break up, because Fabian Eichner is unreal because he's incredible as well.
Stupid athlete.
And while we're talking about it, while we're on the subject, I'd be remiss to say the tag match happened at NXT 2.0, and that tag match was great. And MSK came away with the belts. Before, the first time when they first got announced and they won the belts, it didn't feel earned. The crowd turned on them, and they hated them. Now, this time around, they worked their ass off, and when they won the belts, the crowd, myself included, was fully behind them. Only for the unfortunate news that Nash Carter was released by the WWE for allegations from his wife, which we don't know whatever the validity of, but regardless, WWE said, oh no. And now, next week in 2.0, I look forward to seeing them announcing the Brett / Natalia Hart
Invitational.
right, invitational challenge
It'd be
tag
like
team
the Hart
tournament.
Foundation tournament tag team
It is gonna be
titles.
like the Anvil, the Jimmy the Anvil Neidhart,
British the Bulldog.
right?
Yikes.
Tag tourney, and then Wesley is gonna get his solo run.
So do they write him off TV by being jumped, or do they just say,
How they gonna jump him? He's fired. He's not
no,
coming
Wes
into work.
Lee? Wes Lee.
So
They write Wes Lee off of TV by having him get jumped, and then say, all right, well, we got to do a tag tournament because the tag titles are vacant.
You think
Without,
maybe
they don't even mention Nash Carter at all.
Do you think they will let Wesley like become a single star? Because I
Yes.
mean, it's not his fault.
But he
don't
has
have
it.
a choice at this point.
He has
That's
it.
what
Like I
sucks
looked
about
at him.
tag teams.
When you look at him, he has it. The other guy was just white.
Yeah,
It's kind of like you and J-Mo.
Oh man,
it was too easy. It was right there. It was at the rim. I had to just jam it. J-Mo, I'm joking, of course, but just saying, realistically, Wes Lee looks like $1 million. He moves like $1 million. Nash Carter was good, but Wes Lee.
It is WWE, so they could just put him with Draco Anthony. You know how they like to do that, E.
A Kid and Wes Lee. They're now ASK.
ASK.
Honestly, that's a likely thing that could happen. I could see that. Especially if they have some.
Ask about me.
Especially if they have like a tournament for the tag team titles. Like they can't just write that guy off of TV, man. He didn't do it.
Oh, watch.
That's so wrong.
I can almost guarantee you they're gonna write him off of TV somehow because they still like him. They still like both of them, but they saw that stuff like we don't know if this is true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they told Nash Carter yo, we don't know what's going on. Clean your shit up, and you can come right on back. But until then,
and then his wife dropped that Hitler photo like. He was like, oh, fuck. Like, come on, dude. You know that was just a joke. It felt like something out of context as you're shaving, and she was like, "Screenshot, bitch." I was like, "Damn." Choose the person you stick your penis in wisely.
Yes. Wise words have never been spoken.
You know, it is what it is. But I will say also in that same vein, NXT. I just don't really know what's going on. Toxic Attraction lost the belts on the pickup show or the fucking
pre-show.
The pre-show to another makeshift tag team. They somehow got Wendy Chu out of there, and it was like, oh, big back pose is now back here. They won the belts, and they lost them again immediately. I was like, you just had Dakota Kai tweet, like, at least we had them longer than an hour this time. I was like, Jesus.
Damn.
It looks like they just did a lot of things just for the pop of the show, and then they were like, okay, let's reset it back. So
that's exactly what they did. They said, let's pop, stand, and deliver, and they said, all right, back to the formula. Breaking things and bad bitches.
That's such a Vince booking style. Like, it
was bad because I'm like,
quick pop, guys.
Toxic Attraction needs those belts. They're too great, and I was surprised that Mandy Rose kept the belt. That was a great match too, by the way. The crowd wasn't necessarily the hottest for it. That's why I noticed the NXT crowd was like the 2.0 crowd was confused. They were like, okay, I guess we're here. But it was that black and gold crowd used to be electric. So, all in all, hopefully NXT 2.0 still continues to be the best thing on TV. I didn't like a lot of things that happened over this correction period after Stand and Deliver. So we'll see. The next 2 weeks are going to be really big for 2.0 to see their reset. How do
you guys feel about Joe Gacy kidnapping Rick Steiner to restore the feeling of the 90s? And give me some thoughts. J-Mo. Give me your thoughts.
So before I give my thoughts on that, I want to touch on E's thing. Sorry, I had my hand up for the MSK thing because I have a theory. If I'm WWE, I call Trey Miguel like right away. Like, hey, listen,
and he says
you
no.
You got that Impact contract, but like, hey, your boy's here, and we need someone to fill in for that tag. So they could do a story on where he like is trying to find a tag team partner and ends up finding Trey Miguel, I think would be really cool because the two of them together are really good in the ring. I enjoyed them when they were the Rascals in Impact.
I agree.
Yes. So, but no, that was one of the few things I liked about NXT 2.0 was the restoring of the 90s of Joe Gacy, capturing Rick Steiner and Rick Steiner calling his son by his full name.
Bronson.
I'm proud of you, son.
Who has time to congratulate that when I'm in this Acme ass kennel cage? I'm so proud of you, son. Pull back the camera. But I'm behind bars, tied to a chair. What the fuck? That shit was goofy as hell.
Hey, man. Joe Gacy just trying to restore the feeling, man.
Of who? Stone Cold? When he kidnapped
when Taker was kidnapping and crucifying people.
No.
When Jericho kidnapped China, all of that shit.
Stone Cold kidnapped
Hall.
Yes, when Stone Cold kidnapped Scott Hall, gave me the best memories of my life. When he's like, what? Run my title shut. And he touched his hair like a fucking creep. It was the best thing ever.
All of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be that though.
I thought he was gonna say something like, "Well, Uncle Scott got us in this time." Look, I thought they were gonna, come up with something with Uncle Scott.
No, I think we got as much as we're getting out of Uncle Scott.
The pep talk before the match with Joe Gacy, and give him the probability of winning.
Yeah, Harlan for champion. He's the swaggiest champion.
Have y'all ever gone back and listened to Scott Steiner promos from his WCW run as tag champion?
Hilarious.
Good Lord, they will not let Scott Steiner near a microphone, guys, in 2022. I can let you know that right now. That shit. I listen. If I want to laugh randomly, I will put that shit on and just as I'm washing dishes or dealing with my kids, listen to Scott Steiner, listen here, you mother, that shit be having me dying, man.
Randomly, salute to Braun though for getting the crowd back on his side because he was talking in NXT 2.0 and people were booing the shit out of him, and he kept it going and he fought through the boos and the crowd got back on his side. I hate that people were yelling about the crowd and they were being so oh my gosh, the crowd's going into business for themselves, booing the stars. That's how you build new stars. Shut up, y'all niggas. Are y'all? Excuse me. But, I am.
Pause.
Sorry.
We coming for you.
Hey, it is the 25th anniversary of that promo.
I did see that.
Booker T is my
WWE.
Guy, so shout out to you. Shout out to you, Big Book. But I gotta say that people on the internets are acting like they are new to wrestling. Do y'all not know that the Raw After Mania crowd, the shows After Mania crowd are the most ruckus crowds? The same crowd that brings the beach balls and just playing with beach balls during a whole Bailey promo. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all know what this is. It's not the crowd. The crowd isn't just not approving new stars. It's it's just one of the most ruckus crowds because they're so happy, they're so crazy, they're so energetic, they're so drunk. And it's just happy to be a part of this that, you got to fight through it. And sometimes just like in the match, if you're not able to, because that NXT Stand and Deliver match with Braun versus Dolph started off horrible. Braun botched 3-4 different moves and then they reset and got it on track. Monday Night Raw, though, he recovered and he caught Ziggler in the mid-air and hit him with that spine buster. So again, it's just some of those things you just got to learn on the fly. And I think he did a great job of continuing through, pushing through the boos and getting the crowd back on his side. But yeah,
I know it's funny, E, you say that about the post-Mania crowds. I feel at some point, the WWE, they just don't care because there's certain things you can book around that. That Tony D'Angelo segment should have never happened in front of a live crowd at all, especially not that crowd. I wasn't big on the segment anyway, but I'm all right, if you're going to do it, you can't do it in front of that post-Mania crowd. They're going to bury that shit.
Yes.
That should have been a taped segment backstage. And
Tommaso Ciampa. And I'm why? Why was that his last match? They gave him the rub. I like Tony Beverly or whatever his name is. I like Olive Garden Joe, whatever he is. But